Hi, in this presentation, I'm going to tell you how I bought wholesale to resell on Amazon FBA for just over $5,000 in profit in less than 5 days work. My name's Dustin. I'm an avid skier and reader, but more importantly than that for this presentation, I've been a 2-year seller on Amazon, and just recently I've started figuring out how to be able to do wholesale. Now, I've been selling on Amazon for 2 years, and I'm going to be honest with you, for over a year and a half, I was just a simple retail arbitrage seller. I would go into stores, I'd scan products, I'd find them, I'd ship them into Amazon, and I'd resell for profit. I started out in Goodwills, I'd do Walmarts, I would do Kohl's, I would go wherever I needed to. But in the past 6 months, I've taught myself how to go up the scale in terms of my ability to sell, and I've been buying from US wholesalers and selling on Amazon FBA, making big profit. Now in this presentation, all I'm going to do is teach you my simple steps for how to do wholesale. What I'll show you and what I'll teach you is how to work with a wholesaler to act like a big business so that you can get the same discounts that they do. As well as I'm going to teach you my number 2 rule about how to test products before you really buy them. And then lastly, I'm going to show you my exact steps that I take to find wholesale products. And don't worry, I couldn't put videos in here, but I do have the ability to put additional links at the very end where you can go watch the videos if you'd like. Now, what I'm not going to teach in this presentation is I'm not going to teach my number 1 and number 3 rule. My first rule is exactly what is required by a product before I'll even purchase it. And I'm not going to teach you my third rule of exactly how much to buy of a product when you know that it's going to sell. Now, you may be asking yourself, why do wholesale? You may be a retail arbitrage seller, you might be thrifting, you may be making your own products or private labeling. No matter what it is, I do encourage you to look at wholesale as an additional stream of revenue for your business. You may be wondering, why do wholesale at all? Now you're going to get a higher quantity, a regular supply, and honestly lower prices. Those are the big 3 reasons of why you should do wholesale, just for what you need to offer to your customer. Now when you're thinking about your own business, there are different reasons to do wholesale, and these are the reasons why I say you should do wholesale in your business no matter what your business looks like today. Reason is because it's going to help protect your business. It's going to help build a moat around your business, as well as it's going to help build stable income streams so that if something does happen to any other category, product, or stream of income, you still have your wholesale revenue to fall back on of just regular products that you can just buy, restock, sell, buy, restock, and sell. Now you may be wondering why you should even listen to me. And honestly, this is your determination. This is your time. I just think that everyone can learn from everyone. It says Ray Kroc, the founder of the McDonald's franchises, said, when you're green, you're ripe, or when you're green, you're growing, when you're ripe, you rot. And that's the truth. If you're not learning, you're just getting dumber. You're either growing or dying. So focus on what you can. And I don't think it hurts by the fact that I have sold nearly $100,000 in 2 years, doing very little work, having a full-time job, and really not even thinking about selling on Amazon. Now you may be wondering why I even started selling. I started selling in late 2012 because I just wanted to pay my rent. I was just focused on paying my rent of $400. Now I'm going to jump into what I've done over the past 2 years and show you the real numbers so we can get to the examples and I can show you my step-by-step process. So my lifetime sales over the past 2 years have been just shy of $95,000. I've sold $94,323 in the past 2 years, doing very little work. But what I want to specifically talk about right now is my lifetime to date sales of pets. If you look at my pets category, pets shows you that I've sold just a little over $11,000. Now, if we look at my year-to-date sales for 2015, and we look at my pet sales for 2015, we're going to notice that I've sold just over $10,550. So I've sold probably 97% of all of my pet sales in the past year. Now, when we break it down and we look at my year-to-date pet sales, you'll notice that I've sold almost all of that in the past 6 months. Now, looking at my pet sales since May 2015, and this obviously when I did the screenshot went until November 24th, 2015, that's 7 months. It shows that I made just a little over $10,000 in those 7 months, equaling about $90 an hour because I only worked about 4 hours a week. Now this gives me $10,000, but if you take half of that as my actual profit, which is guaranteed to be more because I know the prices that I was paying, I made over $5,000 or $45 an hour in 7 months doing 4 hours a week of work. Now I'm going to show you how I did this, not because there's any real special magic in what I've done, but I think there is a way for people to be able to see that someone else has been able to do it and they themselves can improve upon that process. Now, before I get to the process exactly, I'm going to show you what kicked me off in my wholesale journey. There was a product that brought me to wholesale, and it was this product. It was the Alpha Pet Jumbo Cat Pan Liner. It's a 10 count, and this product changed my life. I would go into Walmart and I could buy this product for between $3 and $5 depending on the Walmart. And I could get 5 or 10 of them at a time. But I'm not thinking about how I would arrange my business and how I could build what I would call a product portfolio for my business. I would just buy as many as they had in the store, and I wouldn't think much about it. I'd ship them in and they would sell. Now, I could sell this product for anywhere between $23 or $15 to $25, $15 to $25, and it sold on Amazon. But then suddenly, I went to Walmart and it was sold out. There was no more of this product anywhere. So the price skyrocketed and demand was through the roof, but there was no supply for it. So I did what any seller would do. I went on Amazon or I went on Google and I tried to find this product. I typed it into the search engine. I tried to figure out where I could purchase it. But while I did, I went through the same process that many of you are probably experiencing, which is yo-yo sales. Because you can guess what out of stock does to sales. It yo-yos them up and down, and you go through the peaks and the valleys of feeling like a great seller and then feeling like you never want to see your business again. Now, I had to fix a way to get out of this problem, and I had to figure, what would Walmart do? What would the big box retailers do? Where they would go, if they were having an issue, is they would go to wholesale distributors. So I figure, if they're going there, why shouldn't I? This is the section where I say it is wholesale to the rescue. Now, before I get into exactly how to do wholesale, I want to remind you just how similar this process is to what you've already been doing. Because I think if you can see the similarities, it's going to be much easier for you to navigate the different kind of intricacies of how the wholesale world works. Now, wholesale is very similar to retail arbitrage, specifically because you are still buying low to sell high. The fundamental principles of what products you want to buy and for what reasons you want to sell them are still there. Also, you're going to want to buy popular products of popular brands. You don't want to buy duds. You want to buy things that are already in demand, that customers are already looking for. Also, products can be seasonal. They can also be discontinued. This was shocking to me considering the fact that I know a lot of products that are done wholesale are already vetted and generally sell pretty well, but they can be seasonal and they can go out and they can be completely discontinued. Now, the last and I think most important thing for you to realize is that when you're doing online wholesaling or you're doing wholesaling in general, most of the time you're going to be looking at products that aren't worth your time. It just takes time for you to find the gems. And it's the same as if you're walking down the aisles of Walmart or Goodwill or Savers or Target or Toys R Us or Home Depot. A lot of the time you're looking at products that you can't buy and you can't find profit in. So just keep that in mind as you focus on the type of products you're going to be looking at. Now, I'm going to talk about how wholesale is actually a little different from retail arbitrage. Now, a few different things you may have never dealt with if you haven't dealt with a wholesaler before is, first off, you're going to have to deal with minimum order a lot of times that you have to purchase. Now, this could either be in larger quantities of the actual product itself. It could also turn into reasons why the product or how much you have to spend each time that you purchase through this wholesaler. It could be a minimum of $500 or $700 or $1,000. It could also be a minimum of 100 units, 200 units, or 500 units. It all depends. But this is exactly what gives you the guaranteed lower pricing. Now, you may be wondering now how to start your own wholesale purchases. Now, I'm going to start off by just telling you the first step, which is that you need to dress for the occasion. Now, you can't see my fingers, but I'm doing the quotation marks because it's the same thing as if you're going to a formal affair or if you're going to the beach. You need to dress for the appropriate occasion so that you fit in and you can partake in the activities that you are trying to partake. So, when you are dealing with a wholesaler, a few of the things that many wholesalers are going to require from you are going to be, first off, that you are a legal business entity. They don't interact with individuals. They interact with LLCs, S Corps, C Corps. They operate and they work with businesses. This is a business-to-business seller. This isn't a business-to-customer seller. So on top of having a business entity set up, depending on your state, you may or may not need a resale certificate. You need to look this up for yourself. I know in the state of Minnesota, I do need and still do use a resale certificate with almost all of my wholesalers because I am in charge of making sure that the sales tax is paid by the person who buys it for consumption. When you are buying as a business entity for the purposes of resale, you don't need to pay the same sales tax. You just need to get a resale certificate, generally from your state, to be able to withhold that tax from you so that you can put it on to the person who purchases it from you, and then you can pay it on behalf of that person. Now, another thing that can be, but is not always required by every wholesaler, would be an application process. I do have a few videos that I have in my free 30-minute course, which you can get after this, where I do actually see specific examples of when I'm looking for a wholesale product that I do need to fill out an application before I can purchase from this wholesale distributor. And also the minimum order quantities, the MOQs. Again, this is not always, but majority of the time, if you're buying from a real wholesaler, you're going to have to do a minimum order of a certain amount. And I'll show you this when I get to the examples in a little bit. Now, I just want to remind you that even though you're a small player, you have to play like the big brands. This is the fake it till you make it strategy. Even if it's just you, or if it's just you and your wife, or just you and your husband, or you and your family, you're still going to need to operate with these wholesalers like a big brand and have a business, have a resale certificate, have the proper applications filled out, potentially the proper credit applications filled out, so that you can deal with wholesalers. Now, if you've never dealt with a minimum order quantity, like I said, they do differ from each wholesaler. Often they are a minimum of $500 per order quantity, or it could be a 100-piece minimum per order. When it comes to placing your first order with a wholesale distributor, you may need to fill out an invoice. You may be able to call into a customer service to order, and you may be able to order online in a secure checkout. All of this depends on the wholesaler. It all depends on what the wholesaler has set up. If they have a live team for you to chat with, or if they have a shopping cart for you to purchase off of, or if you need to fax in an invoice. Every single one of them is different, and you just need to be prepared to operate with them if they have the specific product that you want at the price that you need and it's really convenient for you. Now, when you're first ordering, I always encourage you to ask questions. The reason is they are understanding if it's your first time, especially if you are dealing with a customer service agent. They are more than willing to help you through any step of the process. Just ask questions. A big thing to always think about is that often wholesalers do have discounts. You're going to want to ask if they have discounts or if they have specials on anything in particular, and then also find out what their shipping cost is. You may need a shipping bay if you're purchasing from a large wholesaler and you're purchasing a large quantity, if you're purchasing pallets or you're purchasing cases on cases on cases. You may need to ask what type of truck it's being delivered in, if it needs a shipping bay, and also how long does it take and what is the cost associated with it. These are questions to ask once you get an idea of what wholesaler you're going to purchase from, but I hope that you've asked these questions long before you set your purchase, and you've just had a few different times to talk with their customer service or with a sales representative to get a good idea of how their process works. Now, I want to reassure you that this is completely normal, and every single step that you're going to go through has been done by many people with less money than you, with more money than you, and will be repeated after you get your first time done multiple times over and over. Because honestly, most wholesale customers look like this. They look like regular people, they look like business owners, they look like people running a small business. But most people unfortunately think that this is only what wholesale customers look like. They think they're the Walmarts, the Targets, and the Home Depots. That's clearly not true. So just remember, ask questions, find out what their process is, and make sure that you have all of the necessary paperwork so that you can interact with them the same way that any other business would. Now we're going to go on to step 2 of if you're trying to wholesale. Step 2 is going to be my method, my number 2 rule about testing products. Now, once you've actually placed an order through a wholesaler, I want you to do something specific. I want you to test the products. I don't want you to find a product in their catalog or on their website and just buy the full minimum order quantity from them. I want you to find maybe 5 or 10 or 20 products, and I want you to buy between 5 and 10 of each of those products or units of how you're going to sell them. And then I want you to test. Not for knowledge or not for profit, but for knowledge. I want you to know how well these products are going to sell before you ever buy a lot of them. It is better to see how long it takes for 5 to 10 of them to sell than it is to buy 50 or 100 at first and then find out that they're not going to sell as well as you wanted. I have been through it. I encourage you not to experience it. Now you may ask, why test? And I'm going to give you an exact example here of why I now test every product no matter how good that product might be. And introducing the Enter Trainer. I bought 50 of these for $10 a piece. That is $500, people. That was probably an eighth of all of the money that I was receiving at the time from Amazon. I was probably getting anywhere between $4,000 and $6,000. And this amount of money that I spent, while it didn't sink my business, it definitely did affect my business, and I could have had a lot of other opportunities to make a lot more money than what I did. I thought this product was going to be gold. I figure it's at the intersection of technology and health and wellness. You need to keep pedaling on your bike, and this machine needs to create power to power your TV. Who wouldn't want that? Why wouldn't that be a great gift for Christmas? Oh, I don't know. It didn't sell, so it doesn't matter. In 1 year, I sold one. I sold one. I sold this thing for $40. I sold one. The rest of them I had to get rid of. So I encourage you to test. Testing will be your protection. Testing keeps money available for a replacement of a good product or more tests to find better products. Also, testing helps you keep your inventory to only high quality products. These are things people actually want. Don't spend time guessing. Testing is going to help save you time from worrying and wishing that a product would sell. Trust me, money isn't the only measure of success, especially when it comes to running your business. Focus on what you can control, and you can control buying in small amounts to find out if you could sell larger amounts. So I encourage you to test. That's not even specifically just to wholesaling, but it will help more in wholesaling because it's easy to overbuy in wholesaling very easily. Now, step 3 is when you find a profitable test, I want you to repeat the process. Now, you can see in March 2015, I sold those kitty litter liners. I sold 8 in 1 day. That's the sign of a hero product to me. You can see I did a little test where that green arrow is, the big 2 greens, and then after that you can see how it just took off. Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you can sell 8 in 1 day, what do you want to do the next day? You want to buy 80 of them the next day because you know that they can sell. And if you look for my sales since I think May, I've sold 166 units with less than 4 hours of work a week because I knew they would sell and I could get them for wholesale. That's honestly how you're going to 10x your business, how you're going to take it from whatever level it's either plateaued or growing from right now, and you're going to grow it 10x without even having to leave home because you are going to repeat profitable tests. Now, this is showing you the exact process that I use when it comes to when I find a profitable product and how I interact with wholesalers, what I do. Now I'm going to show you exact examples of how I have found specific products and an example in here how I found a new product that I wasn't even looking for by simply using the word wholesale. So I'm going to do a general wholesale search right now of cat litter liners. Now the first step is going to be just typing in, I could type in cat supply wholesale, I could type in cat products wholesale, I could type in cat litter box wholesale, I could type in anything. But if I'm just doing cat supply wholesale, this is a very general wholesale search. Now the pro tip is, if you're looking for a specific product, be more product specific. You're going to notice a gigantic difference here by simply changing the actual query inside of the Google search. So here I typed in cat litter liner wholesale. Now this is going to give me a completely different type of result when it comes to the Google search, and it is going to give me a lot more opportunity to find specific products that are going to be useful for this specific product category. Now you're going to see that I start doing a little bit of searching. So if you typed in cat litter liners wholesale and you got this Mazer wholesale as the third link or the second link, what would you do? Well, for me, I would click on it. So I did, and I actually found this product right here. This cat litter box liner 10 count. They are Tiny's cat litter liner bags. I had never seen this before, but I just figured this product, if it's selling on a wholesale website, may be selling on Amazon. So at this point, this is when you compare the product that you're looking at and you go to Amazon to see if it's for sale. So now you can see that on the previous slide, I could get this specific box. I could get 12 of these cases. I could get 12 of these 10 count boxes in a case. I have to minimum order 12 cases. So I will get 85. I'll get 85 cents per 10 pack in cases of 12. So for $10.20 per case, or a minimum order of $122.40 plus whatever shipping is, I can buy those products and I can sell them on Amazon. And on Amazon, they sell for $5.55. That is 6.5 times the cost of the 85 cents that we are paying on the wholesale website. That is literally how easy it is. It is, you can find these products, you can buy as a test. I wouldn't buy just this one. I wouldn't buy 12 cases of this one product. I would find other products that they offer as well. Then I'd see if I could buy cases of each, and I could see if I could get them all together. And then I would run a test on Amazon to see if I could sell this. Now, especially one little pro tip that I would even suggest would be, why stop at selling one off by itself? Why not bundle with a pack of 1, a pack of 2, pack of 3, and pack of 4? Now you can get your price up, you can move more units, and you increase the profit per unit sold. So now what I'm going to show you is a specific product wholesale search for the Alpha Pet cat liner This is for a different product, not the pink box. This is actually for the blue box. Now, I'm going to show you this one, and I have gone through this before. The reason I want to show you this is because I want to show you how sometimes product descriptions on wholesale sites are so terrible, you may not even realize that this is the product you're looking for, which is why I encourage you more to even test from step number 2, so that you can really find out if this is the right product and you can get an experience without having to spend a lot to see if it will be a profitable product for you. So what you'll do is very similarly, just go to Google, take the listing title that you have on Amazon, simply paste it into the Google query. You can add the word wholesale afterwards. That is going to give you a plethora of different options. In this specific result, what I do is I just go and I click the shopping tab on Google. And what this is going to do is it is actually going to open up this specific product and show me multiple places where I can buy this. Now we could see that I could actually buy this product at Walmart for $3.22 plus a little bit of shipping, which would probably be pretty profitable considering a 2-pack goes for I think $18 or $19. But I noticed the one of Dr. Foster and Smith, and when I go to their website, I just want you to notice that they have no actual title of the product at all. They just have the 10-count sifting liners. There's no name of the brand. There's no name of that specific product. There's nothing to distinguish that for that Amazon listing at all. So you probably are going to want to either call or do a test purchase to make sure that this product is the right one. But what this shows you is how easy it is for you to be able to find different products for wholesale. I found a product randomly just by doing a search, and I actually have a video that goes along with it where I found this, and I also have this additional one where I could find this product that was selling on Amazon wasn't properly listed on a wholesale site, but I could find at a very good price to be able to resell consistently. Now, just to recap what I've taught you all throughout this entire presentation is that first off, you're going to have to act like a big business if you want to get treated like one when you're dealing with a wholesaler. You want to make sure that you have your LLC, your resale certificate if necessary, any additional credit information, make sure you understand their shipping, and you have all of the necessary requirements to make sure that you could purchase, process, and receive a shipment from this wholesaler. Secondly, you always want to test your products before you spend any serious money. It's always better to have cash wishing you had products than it is to have products wishing you had cash. And that's so important. Many sellers find themselves in a situation where they get overextended and they buy the wrong products, and their businesses really get dependent on if one product or 2 products sell properly and very effectively for them. So if another seller or Amazon or anything happens to that product, it can severely hurt their business. Lastly, if you find good products that you've tested, repeat the process and follow the success. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Focus on what has sold during your tests, buy more, and then make sure you continue to sell that and then continue to run additional tests. I want to thank you so much for watching the presentation. If you have any questions, you can always go to youcanfba.com. There you can download my PDF, which is telling you how to avoid the 3 mistakes all Amazon sellers must overcome to succeed long term. It's a free PDF guide. Just go to youcanfba.com. And actually, just to give you an idea, you're probably dealing with at least one of these mistakes right now in your business, and they look like this. The mistakes are slow sales, having bad inventory, or having your cash frozen in products that you just wish were selling. Now again, you can go to youcanfba.com to learn how to avoid the 3 mistakes all Amazon sellers must overcome to be able to succeed long term. Also, if you go to youcanfba.com, all you need to do is enter your email and you'll be given a 30-minute free course about how to do wholesale. This is going to include live examples as well as all 3 of my rules explaining about what type of products to buy, how to test them, and then how much to buy when you know you have a good product. I'm also going to include in there just a few free goodies. So I've got the 3 bulleted PDF that specifically tells you how to overcome all of those mistakes Amazon sellers need to succeed long term. Thank you so much and have a great day.